Okay, welcome to Bowie News and Views. I'm John Rouse, your host for the day. Bert Oliver is away. We have with us our official political commentator, John Lally. Welcome back, John. Nice to see you.
Thank you for having me again.
Oh, it's always a pleasure. We're going to discuss a few issues today within our limited amount of time.
Okay.
You are observing for us political campaign that's going on. We have county council seats, county executives, delegates, senators, blah, 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 blah. I personally don't see very much out there. What about you?
No, I don't either. As the council became by district, which has its pluses and minuses, but they only care about their particular district.
Yeah, that's obvious.
And no one's really into countywide school issues or fire protection or the public safety issues. There's not that countywide investment in their
No, that's disappeared, hasn't it?
And you've had some districts, such as District 9, has, I think, 8 candidates. But up here in Bowie, just the incumbent's going to
Just the incumbent, who won by a mere 50 votes, who was not exactly inspiring in my estimation. I cannot believe that somebody didn't challenge him.
Especially with Bowie's always had a great feeder political system. The city hall, generates potential candidates. Boys clubs, girl clubs, all those not political organizations, but things that involve being involved
Knights of
with
Columbus.
people. Knights of Columbus, sure. I mean, they're all they're great substructures of Bowie. Why someone didn't step forward in addition to Ingrid, I don't know. It's just.
Do you think it's apathy?
I think it's not fun anymore in Upper Marlboro.
Yeah.
It's not been collaborative for at least 8 years.
Oh, good grief, no.
The executive and the council are just trying to play in their own sandbox.
Yeah, they're not doing very well.
And what happens is nothing substantively gets done. Our tax situation is still way out of whack.
Yeah.
Schools are not stumbling. I think they're improving a little bit, but they don't have the
But John,
focus.
they're improving just a little bit. They're only rising above Baltimore City.
Well,
that's a myth, with these press releases the propaganda agencies put out.
Well,
the tests are not that high.
when you're spending over $1 billion
I know.
for what in some cases is a glorified babysitting service. 3 of my kids went through Bowie High School, and they've gone on and done well. I mean, kids that want to do well.
Yeah.
But it's real hard for my generation of teachers, the ones that are just getting ready to retire, to stay in the game. I know it.
It's
and that's
having riots in the hallways now at Bowie High School. Can you imagine that in the old days?
No. Well, all the disciplinarians were called gym teachers.
Yeah, that's right.
It was real simple. I mean, I was a big guy.
And John Hagan would be in the midst of it.
Well, they at Bladensburg, it was just no nonsense. I mean, I came out of a Catholic school, so I was kind of used to a little bit of discipline. But there's just, but when that goes away, all the good kids or the kids who want an education have to get really, shielded, if you will. And then you have these things like where fights start. So
I know, and that's just unbelievable. And you know what else we're getting? Friends of mine, very close friends of mine, are leaving.
Mm-hmm.
They're moving to Crofton. Mm-hmm. They don't want to send their kids to the schools.
Right. Well, that's a tough choice, and like I said, when you're spending $1 billion on anything, it should be, some results should be showing.
Oh, I agree.
But the exec race, hopefully, we're going to have 5 new county councilmen from the 5 separate districts, and we're going to have 4 that are likely incumbents are going to return. So you're going to have a new crowd involved in trying to partner with the county executive, and hopefully a county executive will understand that you're not going to have a legacy unless you partner with the county council, because the county council has the ultimate power in our local form of government.
Excuse me.
I checked the Board of Elections this morning. There were some names I was expecting to see. Bobby Henry's was one that I just didn't see. Now, maybe
he would be facing Doug Peters
up here in the Senate,
which he traditionally does. Bobby Henry is amazing. He appears in Bowie every 4 years. you know, and you see him sticking his campaign signs in illegal places, and then they all stand at the intersection of 450 and 197
Yeah.
and wave their signs.
Oh yeah, the efficacy of that, I
It's
just
tedious.
never understood.
I never understood it either. I thought
Maybe that's what discourages people from getting involved, because they don't want to look like a clown.
yeah, that could be, but
The whole idea of just waving at somebody, I think Al Wynn started it back in the 80s, the 80s, but we never did that kind of stuff. It was just door knocking. You door knocked, and you called likely voters, and that's the good thing about Prince George's County is you can hit every door. Of likely voters, even on a count. Well, not necessarily the county-wide race, but one of the good things about the district, you really control your own fate. You can get elected. Anybody can get elected if they, are. It's a little scary, but it's true. Anybody can get elected if they're willing to get out there and work.
And work at it.
Yeah. So I think the forums that have been held are kind of really vacant. I mean, there's no one's. They're not just getting their teeth into the thing.
Some of these people are on Facebook, and it's absolutely hilarious how they just don't know what to do. Rusher and Baker, every day I will see a picture pictures of all his new friends. They come in and get new friends. And then we'll get another picture of that, I forget what they call it, a tagged picture. And then you get a press release that says absolutely nothing. But he's not interacting with these people.
No.
That's the whole point. Shakur Ahmed was running for state delegate. I have to give him credit. He's active on there.
Which time was this for him? I've been hearing him.
Fourth.
Okay, because I've never met the guy, and that's nothing against him, but he just seems persistent as the devil. So
this is his fourth
lightning
time.
might strike at some point, but it's going to be just two out of here now. It's going to be between Hubbard and
Geraldine,
Shakur, and
Shakur. There's five. There's a Pauline. I forget her last name, and there's one other. Five in toto.
Did Doug Peters go to Bowie High School? I'm trying to remember.
No, he was from Wheaton.
Wheaton.
Not Wheaton. Somewhere in Montgomery County.
Because the only thing one of the things Bobby Henry could point to is he was 1978, I think, graduate of.
That
Bowie.
would really impress a lot of voters.
Well, he went on. He went on to service, and he's
Geraldine was class of '82 there. She graduated with my son.
Of course, he's got that wrongful death trial at the jail. He's repping one of the families, but
isn't he involved with some sort of megachurch?
Yes, Jericho. Jericho's right next to the FedEx field, and good Mr. Snyder. When Jericho opened up, they decided, after their services on game day, they were going to, rent their parking out. So Snyder has the ultimate gall to get an injunction against them from offering parking next to his parking lot. Oh. And fortunately, it fell apart. I think a circuit court judge just told him to take a hike.
Good.
But they make about $10,000 a week or a game day just by renting the parking. So
that's nice work if you get it. Hope it's going to charity.
Well, there ought to be somebody making some money other than I can't afford to go to a Redskins game anymore. I won't do it. I just can't get into it. But it's just too expensive.
It is. It's ridiculous.
Certainly not something you bring your family
Why
to.
don't you go to the Bay Sox?
Bay Sox is the best. It's always like a community picnic there.
Yeah.
I'll always run into somebody. I've been here for a long time, but it's so, because you don't run into these people in the grocery store, but you see them at the Bay Sox. It's a great ticket. It's a great afternoon. So, but the race is going to be colored by, I think, this next dip we're in the economy that we're looking at. I've seen spike in the last few months